Hey, this is Sasha, the options coach. Today we're going to look at a clear strategy versus social media hype. So I got this question from a Facebook group, and you can also check out our Facebook group if you like. This one is from the perspective of emotional detachment. Could you elaborate the importance of having a clear strategy and system in place for decision-making trading as opposed to relying on communal hype often found in social media groups? Yeah. So it's interesting we chat a little bit about social media groups because obviously we have a Facebook group as well, but I don't usually do like trade alerts. I kind of try to focus in on some educational concepts. But when you start looking at a lot of different Facebook groups or just Discord groups or any kind of group mentality where there's trade alert services, a lot of that is more so on the herd mentality, and it's somebody's risk profile picture. And what happens is that if we go in and depending on the person or the moderator, what we have here is, let's say we're starting out with like this person who's the group admin of some sort, and he starts sending you an alert for trades. Okay, so now we've got this alert, and then you're over here on this receiving side. So this is you. And you're trying to figure out what this alert means because, I mean, you kind of get it, but the management style behind it might be different. The way that you enter the position might be at a different time. So all of this is quite different between what's happening with all these feeds, all these different things coming to you. So if that's you and it's coming to you, they're all different types of information. And when you start seeing this, what happens is we have an information overload that starts to take place in our brain, and we don't know which one to do, whether it's a certain strategy, whether it's a certain stock to trade, whether it's a certain position to take on, and how to take it, how to manage it. And all this information starts to bog you down. And what you end up doing is you're really doing a lot of scattering on positions. And some of these might be winners, some of these might be losers. And you might have some wins and you might have some losses. And the problem with this is there's no consistency. So in some cases where all these systems and strategies are kind of working in alignment or together or they're similar, you might actually have a nice smooth upward and growth kind of equity curve. And other cases, when you're scattered all over, you're going to have an equity curve or a portfolio that's going to do like all kinds of weird ups and downs, and it might not go anywhere. Whereas if you have consistency, what you're able to do is, even if you have, let's say, consistency of losses, like think about it. I've got a consistency of losses. Well, if I'm losing consistently, I know crap, I'm doing something wrong, which means now I can switch it and change it and get to like version 2 of it. And now I might have loss, loss, win, win, loss, win. Okay, I'm doing something better. Then I could go to version 3, and it creates like, the next step, the next step, the next step, and so on. So this is way better because it allows you to evolve what you're doing. But a lot of people, they rely on kind of this group mentality, but the group's going to be hit all over the place, whether it's, Facebook groups, Discord groups, all of these things. It really becomes much more of a problem because there is no consistency behind it. You have nothing you can change. You're kind of just receiving information, and now it's like, what do I do with this information? And a lot of times, just because you received information doesn't mean you really need to do anything. Just like the news, sometimes you just receive information. Okay, great, I understand it, or I heard about it, but it doesn't mean you need to do anything about it. So what you need to do is, when you're looking at alert systems or trading groups, really look at it. Oh, maybe that's an idea based on your trading system or your style. That's a better approach. But otherwise, for most people at the beginning, what happens is they get manipulated into using these trade alerts, trade strategies, and trading groups, and they get manipulated into doing it because they might see social proof, results. Oh yeah, I won big on this trade, which in some cases, it might be a lot of it is fake anyway. And then they start doing it, and then they don't see the same success, or they get kind of discouraged. So anyways, that's where I would say be a little bit more careful and mindful. Rather than blowing a bunch of money on these kinds of things, it's often better to spend on some quality education or something to that effect, because you'll be way better off that way. But I hope this helps. Maybe just gives you a little bit of shining light in there. and some things to think about as you go into it. So feel free to grab some of the worksheets. I also have a worksheet. If you look down below, there's also one on trading versions and evolving your trading system and strategy as well. So take a look at that on our website. You can grab some worksheets, which is kind of similar to what I've talked about here as well. But other than that, enjoy, have an awesome week, and maybe I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.